As they do. He said he doesn't understand why they even do it as a season. The NBA don't give two shits about none of that. They want to know about what
He's trash, my nigga. I'm down.
they don't, what happened in their games, in the game itself. And they are, I can't confirm it, I don't know. They're saying all three people who are named have affected the game itself.
Came out
The Mocha thing is basically how it all started. But all of them, they have evidence of
those are the kinds of shots coaches
doing
want
things
their
about
guys
the
making
NBA game.
within the scope of the
This is
offense.
the problem with integrity, though, right? Because we saw that on Donovan situation back in the day.
Pass to Sharp.
And niggas try to act like people who have all this influence can't be persuaded to use that influence to help out other people who have bread to put that in their
down there,
I mean, that's just be real.
That ain't
If
into
you're a
my
ref,
shit.
you literally manipulate control the game by calling fouls, not calling fouls. And I get some bread in my pocket. If it's more bread than I'm making doing my job, I would do it.
It's just like anything, man. Like, there's a bunch
Gets the layup in for
of
the
things.
sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And they're making the most of her looks.
Except the Indians probably hasn't played to try to stop some of this. Then he in fact has
He lays it in.
Assertive there by Garland. Terrific off the bounce.
That
And
has
just
a way
able to get
to
by
spare
the
him to flip on the Mafia. If he
Pass to
refuses,
Sharp.
this makes sense. He would officially charge
Boston
him
with the
because
rebound.
Indian square. This is the way to save things. What you just said makes perfect sense.
Howard with
So
the
if the
steal.
question becomes,
Now,
do you want to
here's
end your
Sharp.
career or end your life? Oh,
Here's
man.
Plum.
I'm going to go with
No,
Moving the
but
ball around.
that's what I said. They're using one
Good with the triple.
and say we have you on this guarantee. We need some information.
Here's Birdsong.
Yeah.
And we won't even charge you with what we think happened during 2023 in the last 10
No
games.
good. Shot
You
missing.
got that. That makes sense.
Here's
Yeah, but the
Bibby.
problem becomes
Uses
if
the
what you
glass
got
to
for them
finish
is
the
going
way.
to prematurely
Bibby's got his first
change
bucket
your
in
life.
this one.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Look, you
And
love
I'll
to
just
see this
frankly
kind
get
of
out
team
of
chemistry.
Because
Let's
Johnson
see
can't go
more
to
of
the
that.
discussion later on there. He'll be recognized for every that nigga.
And Sharp has it in the corner. That's good.
Hence
Bibby
why
with the assist that time.
I'm not hiding the
Sharp
game.
got the
You're
lead
still
up to
doing
2 now
jewelry
for
and put them
Roman.
money about two times.
Nice work on the
Bruce said go to Turkey and get right career. Turkey's not Turkey like
Sharp
that.
rank.
Turkey
Answer
what?
the ball out of
Yeah,
bounds.
country.
Howard touched it
What's
last.
Turkey got?
Probably making a switch
Europe,
here.
Asia, right on the
How close is that to Israel?
close enough.
Russia.
Pass to
You
Harris.
How close are they to that?
Here's
You
Holmgren.
can fly their version of Southwest and be there in a couple hours, I imagine.
Yeah. I know.
Once Holmgren gets the ball in there,
You don't
he
want to be nowhere over there. You better take your ass back to the
To
mother.
the inside.
Go to the middle of
Plum, no good. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for Boston. Harris.
You just go Sacramento.
and it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting
D.
busy.
Muffin Man said Turkey's about 3,000 miles from Russia, so that's what, about a $5 flight.
They're looking for.
And their version
I
of
don't know.
Southwest.
Hey,
Here's
listen,
Plum.
I'm gonna tell you something like that. You want to know
Pass to
anything
Pass.
about what's going on? If you ever seen that documentary,
4 on the clock. Here's Sharp.
you ever seen
Driving to the basket.
Look like-
And good quickness
Yeah,
there.
the
Sharp,
video game
exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
It's about
There's
it.
a documentary about like
Harris
scandal
outside.
and all the things behind
Puts
the
the
video
move
game,
on.
the Game Boy Detection.
And that'll be 2
But
free
the two
throws
people
coming up.
who made
Officials
the
on the
game,
call with the foul.
like Soviet Union failed.
Shaden Sharp
And
picks one up.
basically, they said, well, basically,
That's an aggressive
anything
move.
that happens in
Catching
Russia,
the defender
they
a
own.
little out
You
of
don't
position.
Boston
shooting
basically
his first
somebody
free throws
out
at this
here
point.
was basically,
Take a break.
you know,
Take a break.
like selling the game, marketing the game, doing it, and the guys who created it came here, licensed it, and all that stuff. And the heads of Russia not having none of that.
Pretty easy
Put it like
to beat a
this.
teammate at
Oh,
Tobias
let's talk
Harris.
about it.
You can count on double
what's the
digits
name
from
of
him
King
most
Island?
nights, and he
Giselle?
doesn't need
Yeah,
a ton of
heard that.
help to get there.
Maxine, whatever his name was.
That one
cold.
falls, so it's both of them.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
In a wide open look for Wembanyama. No dice from the
By the
high
way,
post.
this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president.
And here's
So
Simmons
like
from
Stephen
the
A.
arc.
Smith found himself in a little bit of hot water because the FBI to respond to Stephen A. Smith to what he had said about Trump and FBI live on ESPN
And that's
first
it
day.
for the first half of action. What's been a
You know
very
what
close
world
game
I
here.
live in terms of
Boston
politics?
leads by 5.
How
And
many
we've got
times,
more action
from
coming
one
your
incident
way
after
after this
another,
break.
have I said, Trump is coming. It's coming. You see it on national
And
television.
here is Raleigh now.
Bad Bunny is
It's a 5-point game.
performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hear ICE is going to be
Here's
to
Plum.
engage in mass
And
deportations.
stolen by
The Super
Simmons.
Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on the show. That has now been sealed because we're talking about this story. Okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos where you think folks would come in.
No good.
I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, want to party, whatever the case may be. This is his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on this list.
Everybody was talking about that, and it was like, yo, what is Stephen A. Smith talking about? Like, why is he regardless? It's looking like he's just trying to blame Trump or something because he's trying to get cool with his black audience, because we know he just messed up his black audience by calling out Jasmine Crockett, which he just now recently apologized for, right?
This has a lot to do with the whole brouhaha that's been going on with me over the last few weeks. Now, I will tell you, I apologize for not speaking about this earlier. I wanted to take a moment because I saw something disturbing
Up again.
in regards to President Donald Trump and how he came at Representative
Here's
Castro.
Buzelis. Guarded by
And
Harris.
I wanted to take this opportunity to attack this issue as it pertains to me with Jasmine Crockett, because I personally have had an issue with how things have been misconstrued in this attack.
No good from Simmons.
But at the end of the day, I have to own it. And that's what we're going to do.
No coverage.
And so when
And
somebody
we may
says
have
to
an
me,
injury here
Stephen,
that does not look good.
rather than
And I
point to,
feel like we
there's no
see
bird,
this
there's no
all
language,
too
you actually
often.
talk about the
Injuries
president.
that
What
play
about
such
how
a big part of the game?
I have no problem with that. I can understand. And if that is the reason that everybody is in an uproar, that is. And I have no problem apologizing to my sister because no, I don't feel that way about it.
So his stance on that topic, it just turned a lot of people off because people just didn't understand what this had to do with Donald Trump. When the FBI said the investigation started 4 years ago, way before Donald Trump was even in office. And let's check out what the FBI said in response. And I also have Stephen A. Smith's response back to the FBI, so they'll click off the video and I'll show you guys the clip. And if you can, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. They really don't stop performing like YouTube channel and find it.
Wow. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism in the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrest to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard of anyone in modern history, and I lived most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people.
So that's the FBI calling out Stephen A. Smith. Pretty much embarrassing for what he had said about them and Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with that. What he said, I investigate crimes. Simple as that. So let's listen to what Stephen A. Smith said in response to the backlash and the FBI calling him out. Let's check out this clip right here.
I had the FBI director of the United States, Cash Patel, they had called me and he said that what I said in regards to Donald Trump was the dumbest thing he's ever heard when we lived in Washington. And it was the dumbest thing he's heard, etc., etc. That's what he said about it. And I would say he's the director of the FBI. Let's just say I'm not trying to get on his bad side. Let me say I'm not trying to get on his bad side. But having said that, I still stand by what I said.
To the right side.
And I'm not changing my mind. Because what I tweeted last night on X, and I wanted to make sure that everybody saw, So I'm clear about where I stand and what I'm trying to say. In response to FBI Director Cash Patel's insults on the Royal English show on Fox News, what I said was, I tweeted this on X, quote, "Nothing to get ahead of here, people. I never denied or failed to mention that this FBI investigation has been going on for years. I said Trump wasn't inclined to stop it. He's sparing no one because the man is coming. He's coming. In no way am I attempting to even have an opinion on the legitimacy of this now. I don't know the facts of the case. I'm just saying don't expect POTUS to spare anyone on this matter, and I stand by it. That's all. Why are we acting like I'm caught up? Why are we acting like I'm making this up? I'm going to repeat what I continue to say, y'all. And by the way, just so you know, in the interest of just being real and making sure that you understand who I am as a journalist and a commentator spanning 30 years. I just want you all to know that it's customary for people to sit up here and say that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, that I'm off my damn rock. Only to come down the pipe weeks, months later and say, yeah, it's true. Or the facts bear those things out. This investigation has been going on when Biden was in office. They talked about how this stuff has been going on since 2019, which is when Trump was in office. I'm not implying that Cash Patel doesn't have any legitimacy to the case that he's pursuing against these individuals. They are clearly looking for more bodies. And you can speculate as to who those bodies are going to be and how feverishly he's going to go after those people. The man ain't coming. We understand. We get it. Okay? And I'm not about to sit here and argue with an FBI director. All right? I'm not. I was born that year, not last year. I'm simply making the point that in the end, you have a president in place that has a lengthy connection to the sports world, right, with friends and enemies. And those who are his enemies, he doesn't mind inconveniencing one bit. And when it comes to the NBA brand, it doesn't bother him. If it comes to compromising the NFL brand, it doesn't bother him. And it's not going to stop. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't understand how anybody can argue with me about this.
He sinks the triple.
When you confirm that Ice is going to be at the Super Bowl where Bad Bunny is performing, if it was somebody that Trump liked, you think that would be happening?
Slater with the rebound. He trails by 6.
We've seen the pardons. We've seen the executive orders. What do you think's going to happen? All I'm saying is that if he assaulted you, he has a reason to dislike you. I'm not saying that delegitimizes the case. I'm just simply saying that he's not going to hesitate to come at you with a level of fervor that you should be aware of.
Free throw line jump shot. Simmons
discover the new bench from Myteam. Available in 2 versions, rest and without. Seat height is adjustable in 3 positions, ranging from 15.75 to 19.70 inches. Also, the backrest is adjustable in 2 positions for optimal comfort.
And here is Raleigh now.
The benches are built to stand the test of time, designed for quick, hassle-free assembly.
And it goes down 2 points.
For a perfect match with your space, benches are available in 4 different colors: pink, red, blue, and green.
The illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen.
Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today.
So let's see what they Smith responding to that.
Calling timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinate and intent.
I feel like he knew what he said was going to put an eye in ears. Everybody talking about it because his stance was just completely left field, on topic with everything that was going on. He could have called out Silver, he could have talked about the NBA games. He claims he goes to a lot of those games, right? He always says that, like, oh, I make interesting games on there, watching and stuff like that. So if a player wants to approach me, I'm approachable and I'm always there. So it's like, man, you could have said a lot on this topic. Could have called out Terry Rozier, especially when we saw lately that he was doing games. This is Terry Rozier just obviously just
That'll be a 5-second
all
call.
over the score page. Intentionally, you can see it, right? Like if it wasn't for the score, we wouldn't even know who Steve did, right? So you would think he would go off about these players and coaches
Takes a step back.
involved with this game.
And the jump by
Like,
Holmgren.
this is the guy
And
who's
attacking
supposed
the
to
rim.
use his
Holmgren
platform.
making excellent use
I'm not
of
saying
that
he
height
has to
and
slander
size.
those guys, but I'm saying he definitely could have caught out the NBA, especially when they investigated Terry Rozier. The NBA found nothing. I like the Brian Reynolds.
The Dallas Mavericks down bad. 0-2 on the season and lost last night to the Washington Wizards. Fire Nico chants raining down in Dallas once again, and Mavs fans not happy, particularly after watching Luka Doncic drop 49 for the Lakers last night. Now we're back. Some of the things that are being said by Mavs fans right now. Let's dive into what Trevor Lane this is. The Basketball Pulse, and make sure you subscribe right here to the channel. 70% of you do not subscribe. Let's fix that. Hit that subscribe button. Join me, Donnie Freeman. Donnie, how you doing? I'm guessing you're doing better than Mavs fans. That's very well. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I can't say it. I'm doing all right. This is the end of the game last night against the Wizards. This is the Dallas crowd chanting "Fire Luka."
Kicks it out to Holmgren. Back to Harris.
And we thought getting the flag might be, always forgiven. Nope.
And you could just
I'm not forgiven. Particularly probably to the Washington Wizards. The ball. I mean, you can't afterwards. Maybe the back fans
Yeah, Kessel isn't afraid of trying his luck inside. He feels like he can score down there whenever he wants.
Shit.
Now, here is Pippen. Floats it up for Holmgren. Throws down the alley-oop slam. And so it's Boston easily.
Famous. Famous.